All right, y'all, on the 2K24 Madden. Let's go.
It's in the game. It's the Niners and the Eagles, and it comes your way next.
Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. Straight ahead is a rematch of last year's NFC Championship game, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the defending NFC champs, the Philadelphia Eagles. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Well, what a season it was for these Eagles and these Philly fans last year. An 8-0 start, 14-3 final record, 2 blowout wins in the NFC playoffs before coming up a bit short in Super Bowl 57.
And the good thing for Philadelphia is they try and get back to the Super Bowl. Many of the key pieces they had last year are back. Remember, this is the #3 offense in the league, #2 defense, and they threw in a heck of an NFL draft. They expect to contend one more time.
Then for the visiting 49ers, they're exciting on the offensive side of the ball, but it's the defense that really provides a lot of stability. They were second by a whisker to the Bills in total defense a year ago.
And they have all pro-caliber players at all 3 levels, all capable of taking over a game.
Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra...
And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he goes diving to get as much as he can, following a big gain. A nice little cherry on top there at the end.
I've heard of quick strike offenses, but this has taken that to the extreme. I mean, the very first snap of the ball game, normally you're thinking, let's get our quarterback comfortable and get him into the flow of the game, but not here. They come out attacking from the outset, and it pays off in a big way.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. They'll roll him out right. Shoves him aside, and he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Rolling to his right. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Hurts throw complete here to his receiver Brown. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Boy, no problems getting down the field here on this opening drive. They've looked really sharp in the early going, and they've come up with some big plays already. Here's another. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
Damn, I don't know about this one.
On 1st and goal,
woo! We in there. Here we go.
Jalen Hurts, a 3-yard run as he kept it himself. And the Eagles are on the board first here this afternoon. solid finish to the opening drive. And look, when you get down around the goal line, you have to account for his legs. We saw it right there.
Yeah, that's the added dimension to the offense, isn't it? Remember what the offensive line coach told us earlier this week? I told my guys, he's going to run it. We have to make sure he stays protected and give him an opportunity.
On for the extra point, Jake.
I don't know how to do this. Let me see. Come on. Damn. Yeah, I'm not good. I don't know that meter. It's the same meter, though. All right, let me see something. Let me see something.
PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
I got to figure out that meter.
The Niners offense set to go to work, and it's last year's revelation, Brock Purdy, who leads them out in season number 2 from Iowa State.
And you'd think as a young QB there'd be some nerves leading an offense out to start a game, but haven't seen any sign of them right now. And speaking with him earlier this week, sensed that the pressure wouldn't get to him. He feels comfortable being the face of this offense and shouldering the expectations on game day, even if he doesn't quite have the years of experience other quarterbacks do.
Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Zach Cunningham rolling in to get the sack.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after him.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Purdy looking to throw. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. Will go down as a gain of 6. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Throwing here, Purdy. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. 5 yards, and that means they come up short. As they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive.
And that's a play that's not.
Come on, kick that off. Let's go. We need that.
They can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 23. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop. And now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off because right
Let's
now
go.
it's out there for them.
Let's go. Let's go.
Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, 60 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
But I ain't gonna lie, yo. I got it on rookie. I gotta feel this first.
Start to this ball game for them.
I gotta feel it. I had it on stimulation. Y'all ain't gonna see that, man. They was dogging me. I had Dallas. They was dogging me.
Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced to punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one.
All right, let me figure out this kick.
Elliott now to add the extra.
Yeah, in the middle. Kick it off in the middle. Like, what's up? Why is it going over there? I'm not understanding.
Boobird's coming out as he's missed his 2nd extra point here in the 1st half.
Yeah, I'm not, like, what's up? Get to aim it? Yeah, aim it. Oh, let me see something, man.
This one away, maybe with some frustration after the
I'm not getting it.
They're going to mark down, so really good starting field
I'm gonna look it up
position.
how to kick. That's what I'm just gonna look it up because man.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
I was just testing it out, but
nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a miss hit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. They'll come up 2nd and 7. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Purdy from the gun on 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
Purdy, that one thrown across his...
I was on. I was trying. Man, I was on him.
They'll put a check mark in the... completion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely frees up your guys elsewhere. Purdy with it on 3rd and long. Pressure comes and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Going for the sack by big Jalen Carter. Nothing the score after 1 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Eagles offense and A.J. Brown headed back out there. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
All right, I'm just feeling this, y'all, because
he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great
I don't know why they're showing my plays like that. Come on.
Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day because otherwise he can really decimate him.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles, gain some additional yardage.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Hurts to throw. He's going to float this one deep.
That's it. We got that. Give me that.
This is caught.
Give me that.
Touchdown, Eagles. Dallas got it. 51 yards. And the Eagles are able to add on to that lead. So, Charles, that's 3.
Give me that right there. Give me that.
And it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great work, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
All right, I got this. I got this. Yeah, left accuracy right there. That's what I'm going with. Bang. Bang. Here we go. That's what I'm talking about. I got it. I got it now. I got it now.
The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tiny.
Now we're gonna kick this. We're gonna kick this like right over here somewhere. There we go.
Touchdown. Here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Perfect joint. A nice joint.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The 49ers getting set to trot out there. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
Okay, yeah. Okay, let's go.
Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their own 16.
That's what I was trying to do.
Here to start the drive.
Damn. Get out of here. All right, man. I'm learning. I was trying to fix my plays up.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch,
yes, he was wide open too.
Work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Purdy. Open man is Juwan Jennings. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
6 brings up 2nd and 4 at the 33-yard line.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. Move over, yeah.
Play action, and now here's Purdy.
Move over, come on. Almost had you. Get out of here, move. Get down.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work.
You sure was ready for that one.
Every move in the book at him, they were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
Oh, man, I want to go to my whatchamacallit.
3rd down, they had the big play to start the drive, not much sense.
Switch it over.
Purdy sets up to throw again.
Got him. Get out of here. Got him. Get down. Turn that over, Holmes.
Running in and finishing that play on the corner blitz. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls.
Now I know I got it on rookie right now, but I gotta fill this because I haven't been playing my games in a long time, y'all. I haven't been playing my games, so.
On 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowski to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first.
That's out of here. Come on. Get to that 20. Give me that easy 20 real quick.
Everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback?
Come on.
Certainly. Am
Boom.
I expecting it? No.
Get off. Spin. Get off. Back up. Back.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner, and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
Going for the deep ball.
Come on, we got that. We got that. We got that. We got that. That's right. 1st down. We got that. Come on, get some.
Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way. And
yo, my passing yards is beautiful. My passing yards, yo, is beautiful.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. He'll drop to throw. He'll buy some time right.
I was trying.
Out of bounds right there. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 in the first.
Obviously, a big play was needed, and you can see his eyes light up as he realized there's absolutely no one in front of him. And he takes off and goes a long way. Not only does he pick up a first down, but a big gain.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Eagles are able to hang on to their first half lead. Well, Charles, he's already proven that he's not afraid to tuck that football down on the option, and he's into the end zone for the second time in the game.
And that's exactly what you need from your quarterback. The ability to run the ball fearlessly. And in fact, many quarterbacks will tell you running the football doesn't scare them. Standing in the pocket and taking blindside hits, that's what terrifies them.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half.
Eagles 26, 49ers nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Yeah, he'll run that. Come on, bring that in.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Yeah, play type. This is what I want. Yeah, come on, man.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to
Get down here.
Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. McCaffrey running up the middle. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Here's Purdy now on 3rd and goal. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Pulled in at the 24. Oh, fighting off the defender. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. They'll throw on first down with Hurts.
Damn.
They'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. 2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts. Airing it out deep for Smith. And this is caught at the 20. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. And even 60 yards.
I'll tell you what, this is not...
My passing yards is unbelievable.
They've been absolutely taken advantage of in the first half. And here's another play for big yardage.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
Give me that. Give me that.
DeAndre Swift in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles would extend their lead here just before halftime. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Elliott now to add the extra point. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. 4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away.
Come on.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, back to you guys in just a moment, but welcome everyone to our Creative Village studios in the EA Sports Halftime Report. The Eagles got a solid first half from last year's MVP runner-up, Jalen Hurts. How about these numbers? 3 touchdown passes plus 2 touchdown runs. Just an absolute masterclass in those first 2 quarters. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. And no run back here as the 3rd quarter will commence with a touchback. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot. Pretty unlikely, but you still have to go out, take pride in your
Okay, I see what I'm doing. All right.
Together here in the second half.
Purdy's
All right.
taken in by Samuel. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
I'm learning these plays. I'm learning how to use it.
He's got a 3rd here, and it's...
No. Oh, remove favorite, double tap. Okay. I can do favorite plays. Close that up.
Purdy.
Come on, get him. He's right. Come on, get out of here, Holmes. You must be crazy. You ain't running nowhere.
Taken down for the 5th time this game.
You must be crazy.
Defenders there to get him. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the third quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback, because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after it.
So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty?
That was a bad one.
You have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things. That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Oh, my bad, y'all accidentally. Let me see. Can I resume it? I was trying to do something else, y'all, on my menu, and I think I probably stopped the game. Let me see if I can resume it. Damn. Oh, in-game progress? Yeah, resume. All right, man. I'm like, what's going on, yo? All right.
Back now on EA Sports as we welcome you to Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. As it stands, the Eagles in control of the football as we continue on in the third quarter. Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. That's going to be knocked away.
Yeah, that's a bad one right there.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Play action. Here's Hurts. He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 35.
Oh, I try to juke him.
57 yards.
Boy, this has just been an offensive clinic. It's seemingly been one big play after another, and add this one on to the list. When you can bite off more than half the field on one play.
All right, I got to figure out how to do these jukes.
So
oh, I didn't want that one. How can I change my...
First and 10 just outside the red zone.
Let's see.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Rolling to his right.
Wait,
Eyelash dropped at the 1. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem scrambling for 22 and a first.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost.
And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. DeAndre Swift with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles are an extra point away from going up by 40.
Sometimes offense can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one.
Yeah, we're going with stimulants now. Next, y'all. We're not playing rookie.
And we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley, and that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
49ers nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
He should run that. Yeah.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Now 2nd and 5.
Yeah, I want to do that right. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to figure that out. Yeah, okay. I want to slide left and right. I was trying to figure out how to slide left and right.
They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Nowhere to go here.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And I got a trophy off it. Swing it coming. Saw it coming. That's what I'm talking about.
Great spot, 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that 6th sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at
What we on a 3rd? It's 3?
their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. DeAndre Swift, a 3-yard touchdown run.
I'm trying to do a different dance.
Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Yeah, I want him to run it. Like, come on. All this. Get out of here.
And he returns this to the 22.
And San Francisco gets set to go here.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Here's Purdy now on 3rd and goal.
He'll get this to Jennings over the middle. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the 1st.
It's now 4th down. Mitch Wishnowsky in one formation for the 49ers.
Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided.
Yes, it is a blowout.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
First down, and they go with Swift again.
And some strong running. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
61 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try to
Damn, I'm up here trying something out. All right, come on.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
He's going deep for Brown. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, his second touchdown of the afternoon.
Yeah, there you go. That's why I'm going to do something different. Giving them pounds.
Right now here in the fourth. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. And he's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
Elliott now to add the extra point. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. Just a 4-play drive that time.
And it's capped off by an A.J. Brown touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Yeah, you can catch that. Come on, bring it in.
This taken in right around the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. San Francisco's offense returns to the field.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for
Happy New Year's, y'all. It's New Year's. It's 12 o'clock, 2020. Big Amari's calling me.
About yourself as you move on to the next one.
Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10
at their own 26. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
That's complete. It's
and now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
Oh, one of the linebackers has got it.
And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's
Happy New Year's, y'all. Just turned 12 o'clock.
Still being shut out. Philadelphia getting
Happy New Year's. And we playing Madden. What?
Following the fumble recovery.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards.
Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still
Yeah, what happened?
Here in the fourth.
They certainly are.
Something switched up on me.
If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it.
And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to
A
see
flag
what
on
this is
what?
about.
Come on, man.
Eligible receiver downfield. Offense.
A costly penalty there. A lineman got downfield, and for the moment, that cost him 6 points.
Still first down.
They go play action with Hurts. Airing it out deep for Smith. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. He's going to try and go deep again. And
Golly. Oh, here we go.
good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
On third down, here comes Swift. And that'll hurt the average.
I'm going for it. I don't give a damn.
Behind the line.
I'm going for it.
Loss of 3 to bring up 4.
Where I'm at.
An intriguing decision there
Damn.
defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for
Couldn't
quick
watch
penetration
this.
as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Oh, look at this. A flip
Juke.
to the kicker. He's going to
Juke.
They're not going to
Oh.
get it. They try to move the chains
Oh.
with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out, and the 49ers are going to get the football back. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field.
I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase.
I'm blitzing everything.
Scoreboard, Charles, and get some
Blitz.
type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are...
And trying to get it to
Thank you.
but it's intercepted.
Thank you.
Darius Slay.
Yo.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick six TD.
But not only is this defense pitching a shutout,
Give me that.
themselves. I mean, they have really put together what's almost been a perfect effort here in this one.
I love how you express that. They've absolutely exceeded expectations in this one, and even better than their play, it's been their effort. Even with the win in their back pocket already, every one of those guys is still out there fighting like it's a tie game.
Elliott on for the extra
Oh,
point.
let's try something different. A bobby doo ba, boo boo doo baby doo ba. Ah, get in there, get in there.
Fake there, but they add 2 more
What?
to their lead.
All right, partner, one more time. Our whole lives, you put the ball on the 3-yard line, kick the extra point. 2015,
Doing my
they
dance.
put the 15 to kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go. And they got it done.
I was going to say they had a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that on too many play sheets, do you?
No. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
Yeah, come on, run it in.
Fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Niners set to take over on offense.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. Just what silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run, have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
Go!
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Purdy with it on 3rd and long.
Nowhere to go.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
And it's picked up on the
Get it, get it.
They're going to get the football just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line.
Well, Parker, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the fourth quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
Well, CD, you and I do a lot of games together, but it is pretty rare that we do a game of this margin. I mean, this has just been total domination from start until now, and I don't think they're going to take their foot off the gas at this point.
Do you think that on the sideline, some jokester said to one of his teammates, maybe a few of them, hey, we're up 50. Why not go for 100? You think maybe that line was uttered on the sideline? I can't believe what we're seeing here. An NFL game this lopsided.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown.
This is insane.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground. And he'll take
Getting him with that same play, y'all.
Elliott now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In close territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. Oh, good one.
You would have to think that's
whoa.
Heavily in the film section in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at their 48-yard line.
Purdy from the gun.
Over the middle, complete to Samuel.
And Debo going to have a Niners first down as he's going to get this down.
Ain't no use to call no timeout, no nothing.
It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
On first down, Purdy.
Get down. Not playing with you, man. What?
Josh Sweat bringing him down to the ground.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league.
That's it. It's over.
Definitely not today. His team
It's over.
Touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
So fly, Eagles fly. It's it's a victory for Philadelphia. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense, through the shutout, Adam, I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do...
That's how you do it, y'all. That's how you do it. See y'all in the next one. Next game, Holmes.